during those hearings, we also detected that because of the huge difference between nicotine salt as well as free-base products, we are seeing technical smuggling happening in our country because it's very cheap, or it's cheaper to import free-base, almost 10 times cheaper. And because of that, we have seen an increase in uptake of vape products by the younger group or the younger segment of our population, particularly the adolescents. So that's why part of our recommendations is to impose a single tax rate on vapor products, meaning free-base and nicotine salt, and also impose ad valorem on vaping device. This is a global practice. In fact, I remember, I think one of our resource persons mentioned that the Philippines is the only country in the whole world imposing a two-tier tax system on vape products. No? In fact, our team also reviewed, we are indeed the only country in the whole world. No? So to eliminate that arbitrage, so to speak, we will propose to come up with a single tax rate on vapor products and impose ad valorem on devices, so that we can curb the increase or hopefully eliminate the increase in the use of vape products among adolescents. We also recommended, on the next slide, how to enhance prosecution rates. There. Can you remove that? Meron kasing... Yeah, can you remove that? How do you remove that? Anyways, we'll provide everyone a copy of this, but we also recommended some solutions on how to improve prosecution of cases being filed. And I'll give credit where credit is due. Our enforcement agencies have been working tirelessly to apprehend smuggling and illegal cigarettes in our country. However, if we don't prosecute them, then nothing's going to happen. And during the April 2 hearing, I'll just show you on the slide, that's the last slide. Hindi makita eh. Anyways, maybe you can just look at the screen in front. For BOC, out of the 1,296 seizures, only 2 convictions happened. For the BIR, out of the 1,785 seizures, only 1 conviction happened. So, for BOC, that's about 0.5%, 0.15% of all seizures were convicted. I apologize because there's a message on the screen. For the BIR, it's 0.06% out of the 1,636 seizures. So in other words, we are enforcing. The enforcement agencies are apprehending. They're doing their intelligence work there. Yan. But in terms of prosecution and actually winning the cases, we're very far off from winning cases. So in other words, there's no certainty of prosecution. If there's no certainty of prosecution, people will not be afraid of getting penalized or being imposed with penalties when they smuggle cigarettes in our country. So with that, I'll go back to slide 3. Because of the findings of the 3, because of the findings during the 3 hearings, we would like to focus today on item number 4 and item number 5, which is to impose single tax rate on all vapor products and impose ad valorem tax on vaping devices. The reason for that is we don't believe that curbing illicit trade, or we don't believe that the solution to curbing illicit trade will come from the reduction in taxes. We don't believe in that. We believe in strengthening the enforcement agencies, coming up with new mechanisms such as incentives for our enforcement agencies in order to curb illicit trade in our country. What is very prevalent right now is smuggling of vaping products, and that's already filtering all the way down to our adolescent population. So today we would like to focus on these vaping products because the arbitrage is creating a lot of disincentive or a lot of problems insofar as our adolescent population is concerned. So, and just as a matter of procedure, I read this morning the press release of the group Syntax Coalition. As a matter of procedure, all taxes emanate from the lower house. So in other words, we cannot tackle any tax measure if it doesn't come from the lower house. That's in our constitution and that's the procedure. And the only measure that that discusses vape products is House Bill number 11360. No, this is the only measure that discusses the increase in taxation in vaping products. So as a matter of procedure, we will tackle this so that we can tackle the vaping products or the taxation of vaping products. This committee will not tackle the provisions related to cigarettes. Let me just be clear on that from the onset. Because our findings, let me repeat, our findings during the 3 hearings is that the solution to curb illicit trade will not come from reduction of taxes. That is our finding. It will come from strengthening our enforcement. It will come from giving incentives to our enforcement agencies and also mobilizing our LGUs, as well as, of course, winning the cases. Without winning the cases, then nothing's going to happen. So with that, we'd like to focus on, focus on the vaping products right now. I also read in the news that how come there's no one who filed legislation pertaining to vaping products in the Senate? We are on recess right now. So even though we filed that bill, it will not be referred to this committee. Hence, we will not have any way of tackling increase of taxation in vaping products. This is the only measure right now in the committee that deals with taxation of vaping products. So this is the ruling of the chair for today, and we would like to focus on the vaping products aspect of this bill, and we would like to start off with the Department of Finance, because I remember during the hearings the Department of Finance is inclined or supports the increase of taxes of vaping products and to put them at parity because of the technical smuggling that is happening in our country. So we would like to hear Director Carla Espinosa regarding the their comments on the vaping products.
Good morning, Mr. Chair, and to the honorable members and guests of this committee. We confirm, the Department of Finance confirms the recall of the honorable chair that DOF indeed supports a unitary specific tax rate for all vapor products. This is to improve efficiency in tax collections and to encourage increased tax compliance. However, we defer to the Congress on the specific excise tax rate. We begin with that, Mr. Chair.
Do you have any, at least any suggestion or any idea on what specific tax rate we should be imposing on? I believe that it should not be lower.
It should not be lower.
That's number one. But on a specific tax rate, do you have any recommendation on what tax rate we should be imposing vape products?
None at the moment, Mr. Chair. For now, we defer to Congress on the specific excise tax rate, but the department is ready to provide data needed to arrive at this specific excise tax rate for vape products.
To the DOF, it will be helpful if the DOF will have their own analysis. I believe that this will increase revenue for the country because we will eliminate technical smuggling. The dual achievement of health aspect and revenue aspect can be achieved with this increasing at parity for freebase and for nicotine salt. But we would like to get more details on that. Like, for example, how much additional revenue can we generate from this unitary tax rate? How much reduction in illicit trade in vape products can be achieved with this tax rate? So we'd like to go deeper into that so that we can complete our analysis. A recommendation from the DOF will be highly appreciated.
Noted, Mr. Chair.
We'd like to get comments from NTRC.
Good morning, Mr. Chair. We defer to the DOF's position with regards to the unitary tax rate for the vape products. We would like to emphasize that the critical role of enforcement with regards to the proposal. While the with the proposal such as effective monitoring and the regulation of removals of vape products, and we would like to point out that at present the excise tax for conventional freebase or classic nicotine with the proposal of HB 11360 will approximately increase by 7 to 9 times the existing rate, sir. That will be all, sir.
Do you have any revenue projection for that?
At present, sir, we do not have, but currently we are preparing a study of the comparative excise taxation on ASEAN member states. Once we finalize the study, we can provide you, sir, with a copy.
All right. Thank you for that. I'd like to call on the BIR. We'll start off with the government institutions and then later on the private sector.
Good morning, Senator Gatchalian, Mr. Chair. We share the same position, and today we filed manifestation from the Office of the Commissioner, a comment from the Office of the Commissioner. Basically, I understand this might not be the subject of today's hearing because you have categorically stated on that the focus of this hearing will be on the vapor products. But we stated our comments on the lowering of the rate on heated tobacco products or non-parity of rates between heated tobacco products and cigarette products. We wish to maintain that cigarette products and heated tobacco products should be taxed at the same rate, Your Honors. But with regard to the vapor products, we share the same observation of the Department of Finance that it should not be lower than traditional tobacco, but in fact propose that it should be higher because one vapor product is not the same as consumption of one pack of cigarette. One pack of cigarette can be consumed in 300 puffs. The market shows that the lowest number of puffs you can consume one vape product is 600 puffs, as per their representation also in their labeling. So there's a non-parity in the from a revenue perspective. The revenue agency will be or the government will be losing a lot based on the consumption of these products because these products will be consumed at a longer time than one cigarette product, Your Honor.
Thank you, thank you. I have some questions late to to BIR and to the other government agencies, but I'll reserve that later on so we can hear the comments.
Yeah, Your Honor, we can also make comments regarding the enforcement later on. More particular, I have seen the recommendations. I suggest that we create a body on the illicit trade task force, which we have started since the term of Commissioner Lumagi. We have started this illicit trade task force as part of his project, but of course we are waiting for it to get support and funding from the agency.
Thank you for that. We'll call on the DTI, who's the regulator of vape products in our country.
Good morning, Mr. Chair. The TTI position is still being finalized, Mr. Chair. However, in general, Mr. Chair, we defer to the wisdom of Congress as well as the expertise of the DOF, the BIR, and the NTRC on the tax rates. But we do support the proposal of a unitary tax rate for salt nic and free-base nicotine, as well as we do also support the proposal to increase the tax rates. However, we're taking a different position as to the parity, Mr. Chair, that we're proposing that the excise tax on vape products should be lower if the purpose is to instill health consciousness to the public. But again, Mr. Chair, we defer to the wisdom of Congress as well as the experts on the tax rates.
Thank you for that manifestation. I'd like to ask the DTI, how many free-base products have registered with the DTI?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. For right now, we have 14 brands of free-base vape products registered with the DTI. There are ongoing applications for 164 more brands, also free-base, Mr. Chair.
How about for nicotine salt?
We have we have not issued any license for nicotine salt, as well as ongoing applications.
So zero license for nicotine salt.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay. I asked my staff to go to the market and look for nicotine salt, and here, nicotine salt is available in the market right now. Sinasabi niyo sa amin walang nag-register,
Yes, Mr. Chair.
pero merong available in the market.
Yes, Mr. Chair. With our suspensions last year, we have seen the reduction of illicit vape products from September to February. However, as of late February to date, there's again an uptick on the illicit products in the market. So right now, what we're doing is we're finalizing administrative complaints as well as criminal complaints against the retailers this time, Mr. Chair.
So is this a clear indication that technical smuggling is happening in our country?
I agree, Mr. Chair.
So dahil mas mura ng 10 times ang free base,
May I
so
also
people
add-
can just declare this as free base, pay 10 times lesser, and bring it in. But clearly, ito kakabili lang to, kailan binili to? Kahapon lang binili to.
May I also add, Mr. Chair, that there are also instances of local production of what you're holding right now, Mr. Chair, is a vape juice. It's the refill for the vape product device or system.
Yeah, whatever it is, this is nicotine salt,
Yes, Mr.
correct? And because none of the vendors registered with DTI, so dapat walang nagbebenta sa merkado
Yes,
ng
Mr. Chair.
nicotine salt, but it's available. This was just bought yesterday.
I agree, Mr. Chair. That's the reason why.
Whether it's smuggled in or it's manufactured here, this should not be the case.
Yes, Mr.
Correct?
Chair.
And if it's still manufactured here, they will be paying lesser because they will be declaring as free base.
Yes, Mr. Chair. Well, they're declaring a free base. But after the April 2 hearing, we've coordinated with the local government, ULAP, I believe. So we will be connecting with local health offices so that we can go into private subdivisions where the vape products are manufactured and stored.
Before I continue my si Mr. From the BIR, Mr.
Sabariaga,
Jetro?
Your Honor.
Yeah, Sabariaga. Go ahead.
Mr. Chairman, first, this May, the Commissioner launched another nationwide activity because of the intelligence reports that there's an uptick on upswing on activities, particularly on online activities and on vape shops on these illicit products. But I'd like to correct the notion of the chair. The truth of the matter is, definitely, if these products were not registered with the DTI, these products were not registered with the BIR, no, and no authority to release imported goods and no calculation of taxes due were made on this product. Therefore, these products are all illicit products and are smuggled through the country. So there's no more variance dun sa ni DTI Representative Marcos Valdez na merong hindi registered pero nagbayad ng tax. Wala nang ganon Chair, Mr. Chair, no? Sa pagka hindi registered sa DTI, hindi daman sa BIR yan, presumably hindi din nagbayad sa customs yan. So yun po yung situation ngayon, Mr. Chair.
So in this particular case, kung ganyan, it's the DTI who should be doing the raids and the enforcement, correct? Because hindi sila nag-register with the DTI eh. The first step is to register with the DTI, correct?
We take the situation, Mr. Chair, as a one government approach. Even though this responsibility should be shared by DTI, Department of Health as the police power arm of the government in securing the health and safety of our public, the local government units, the PNP. Kaya nga ho yung recommendation namin, yung upcoming recommendation namin is for an inter-trade illicit trade task force to this body, the creation of a body that will consolidate the efforts and channel the energy of this country into curbing this illicit trade.
I think the first order of business is to mahuli lahat na nagbebenta nito and erase this from the market because this is precisely the products that our adolescents, our youth buys and uses. And the worst part is, ito walang selyo to. So meaning they're not paying taxes. They're not registered with the DTI. They're not paying taxes because there's no seal. And yet they're now filtering to the hands of our adolescents. That is now the problem.
I agree, Mr. Chair. And actually, now that Mr. Marcos Valdez has shared that observation, medyo sobrang crafty na din ng market. Kasi when one of our observations in this nationwide vape activity, nung pagpunta namin sa mga vape shops, ang naka-display doon mga legit products, yung mga may stamp, mga registered products. But when you look at the Facebook pages of these vape shops, and if inquiries are made with the vape shops by people other than enforcement people, madidiscover natin na may ibinebenta sila at may pinagtataguan sila ng mga illicit vape products nila. And usually, tama ho yun, nasa bahayan. Recently, the BIR seized 81,000 illicit vape products, unregistered, unpaid on taxes, in a night raid sa isang bahay being used as a warehouse. So ganun na ho kalala at ganun na ka-pervasive itong activity na ito. Kaya ho, hirap na hirap din ho ang government agency, lalo na ho yung BIR na hindi naman traditionally nag-i-enforce ng, by not traditionally, walang structure, walang system, walang training, walang tools, walang equipment na para mag-enforce. Walang mga barel, walang mga enforcement training yung mga tao para ho mag-enforce nitong against illicit trade. That's why we are proposing a one government approach, including DTI, DOH, no, and our local government units dito sa undertaking na ito. Short of the creation of an agency or an office that will have a budget, will have a funding on an illicit trade task force.
We want action. We want action already from the DTI and from the BIR, and most importantly, the DTI, because the law assigned the DTI as the lead agency to regulate vaping products. And if this is not registered, wala rin tong sa DTI, they have to submit the chemical content, correct?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
So hindi natin alam kung anong chemical content nito. Tama?
Yes, Mr.
Ito
Chair.
yung papatay sa mga bata eh.
If
Kasi
I
hindi
may...
natin alam kung anong chemical content nito. They're not registered, we don't know the chemical content, then hindi pa nagbabayad ng buwis.
Yes, Mr. Chair, I agree. If I may add, Mr.
Go ahead,
Chair,
go ahead.
one of yung roadblocks of our enforcement is that when we go to an area, yung pong mga vape retailers, meron po silang mga chat group. So, pagpasok po namin sa isang store and we go to the other store, sarado na po yung mga stores. So, we have coordination with the PNP as well as the NBI for to assist us for the numbers para mas marami po kami pagpunta namin sa area. Sabay-sabay po yung mga stores. Recently, meron naman po kaming success on this na sabay-sabay ho namin na nahuhuli. But marami po talaga sila, and we're doing what we can, Mr. Chair.
But we demand more aggressive enforcement because the numbers are saying, I'll show it later on, that the uptick of vaping use among the young is already entering a very dangerous stage. And the more, if these are not registered, mas dangerous yun dahil hindi natin alam kung ano yung ginagamit nila. Because I know that in the law, part of the submission to the DTI is the chemical content.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
What do you call that certificate?
The TRA, Mr. Chair, the Toxicological Risk Assessment.
Correct. But ito, walang selyo, walang registration.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
So wala rin siyang chemical content report. So this is now a dangerous stage in our country wherein our young is smoking chemicals that we don't even know.
Mr. Chair, if our initial enforcement action on this is with regard, affected manufacturers and importers. But I think now is not this, it's a good venue for the retailers to hear that pati po sila pwede pong makasuhan not only administrative charges but also criminal complaints. And ang penalty po nito if they are selling without any license is 2 million pesos as well as 2 years imprisonment, Mr. Chair.
Itong last 6 months, how many retailers ang nakasuhan na?
I'll get the numbers for you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, get it and give it to me before the end of this hearing.
Yes, Mr.
But
Chair.
ang importante, action eh. Importante, ma-read itong mga retailers kasi hindi na maganda yung ginagawa nila na nagbebenta sila ng mga ganitong products na hindi rehistrado. So we want, again, we urge the Department of Trade and Industry to move faster and be more aggressive.